Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Bachelor Nation News Fans. The sun poured like golden honey over Meadow Ridge Hills, the quiet little town where nothing ever went viral. Until today. Because today, the world would see inside Peg Munson's legendary home. Not just any home, the home everyone whispered about. The home fans of The Golden Bachelor had been begging to see for months. The home that Peg, with her signature wink and sly smile, always said was a little unconventional. No one knew how unconventional. At 9 a.m. sharp, Peg opened her front door for the cameras, her freshly blown-out silver curls bouncing, her emerald tunic shimmering. The cameraman gasped before he could stop himself, and honestly, who could blame him? "Welcome, darlings," Peg said, voice warm and mischievous. "Prepare yourselves. Today, everything comes out." She stepped aside, and the internet began to break. The entrance that shocked the nation. Peg's foyer wasn't a foyer. It was a miniature art gallery dedicated entirely to Mel Owens. Yes, that Mel Owens. Framed candid shots, oil paintings, sketches, every era of the Golden Bachelor himself captured in dramatic museum-style lighting. "Oh, that one," she said, pointing casually to a full-sized oil portrait of Mel shirtless, holding a rose as if offering it to the heavens. A local painter insisted on doing it. I didn't want to be rude." The live chat erupted. "Peg is unhinged and I love her. Peg, this is a shrine. Mel better propose immediately." Peg just smiled. "Oh, but trust me, this is nothing." The secret garden that should not exist indoors. They moved deeper inside the house, and suddenly the ceiling opened up into a glass dome. Below it was an indoor tropical garden. Lush palms, neon orchids, a koi pond shaped like a heart, and tiny fountains that made the air sparkle. "You built a rainforest?" the cameraman whispered. "Well, Mel loves the outdoors," she said with a shrug. "And I love Mel." So casual, so dramatic, so Peg. She reached into her pocket, a handful of koi food. She tossed it gently into the pond. The koi didn't just swarm, they formed the shape of a rose as they swam. "What? How?" "Trained koi," she said, as if it were the most normal thing on earth. The internet melted. But the real chaos began when Peg stopped in a hallway covered by a single crimson velvet curtain. "This," she said, "is the room everyone keeps guessing about. The one rumor blogs call the Forbidden Suite. The one Mel hasn't even seen yet." The cameraman froze. Peg grinned like a woman ready to drop a galaxy-sized bombshell. "You won't believe this," she added softly, and pulled the curtain aside. Behind it was a room glowing gold, walls lined with monitors, shelves stacked with journals, a massive digital board titled Operation Perfect Love. Mel's name appeared everywhere. Charts, timelines, compatibility graphs, emotional predictions. There was even a percentage wheel titled, "Chance Mel realizes I'm his destiny today," currently at 98.7%. Peg patted the chart affectionately. "Oh, it goes down when he's stubborn," she explained. The internet went feral. "Peg Munson is a supervillain and romantic icon. This is the best thing I've ever seen. Release the Love Lab data." Peg winked at the camera. But there was still more. What she was really hiding. At the back of the Love Lab was a small wooden chest. Old, carved, mysterious. "This," she whispered, "is what I've been hiding." She knelt, opened it slowly. Inside was a simple velvet pouch. From the pouch, she pulled out a golden rose. Not just any rose, the final one. The one Mel was supposed to give during the finale. Except Peg had it. "Peg, how did you—" "Oh, Mel accidentally left it in my purse last week. You can't trust a man to keep track of anything shiny." She held up the rose. The golden petals glowed in the dome's warm light. I haven't told him I found it. I want to see what he does without it. It'll be fun. Then she blew the kiss levels of chaos kiss at the camera. The ending that broke the internet for good. As the tour wrapped up, Peg led them back to the living room to find Mel Owens himself standing there, arms crossed, eyebrow raised. Peg, why is my final rose trending on the internet? She froze. The cameraman froze. The internet combusted. Oh, hi, honey, she said sweetly. Want to see the love lab? Mel sighed. Then he smiled. I want to see you, he said, taking her hand, with or without the rose. The live chat went ballistic. As the cameras cut, Peg looked at the crew, smirked, and whispered, "See, I told you, everything comes out today." And with that, the tour ended. 15 minutes later, Peg Munson became the most Googled woman in America.
Up when the first notification exploded across social media. Peg Munson drops home tour, internet in shock. Within minutes, hashtags were trending, fan pages were melting down, and one thing was clear. Peg Munson, America's beloved and mischievously glamorous Golden Bachelor icon, had done it again. Peg never meant to break the internet. Well, maybe not today. But when a network producer suggested she film a home tour for fans, Peg smiled in that way she always did when she was about to cause chaos. A slow, sweet grin with a hint of buckle up. The tour begins. The video opens with Peg standing at her massive sunflower yellow front door, wearing a silky emerald robe that shimmered like magic. Her hair was perfect, of course. Peg never met a camera she didn't instantly charm. Welcome, darlings, to my humble little hideaway. Little was the understatement of the century. The door swung open to reveal a foyer that looked like Versailles had taken a vacation at a modern art museum. Marble floors, golden chandeliers, sticks a grand staircase, twisting upward like a caramel ribbon. Fans were already commenting, "Peg, what is this? I knew she was fancy, but this is wild. Is that a fountain inside her house?" Yes, it was. A fountain shaped like a rose, softly glowing. Peg glided forward, narrating in her velvet voice, "This is where I greet guests, accept roses, and occasionally reject the wrong men. With love, of course." The live stream chat exploded. The kitchen that started a frenzy. Next stop, her kitchen. More like a culinary cathedral. Stainless steel gleamed, the island was big enough to land a helicopter. A fridge the size of a small country hummed quietly in the corner. But it wasn't the luxury that triggered worldwide shock. It was the secret room Peg casually revealed with a tap on a hidden panel. The wall slid open. Fans screamed. Comment sections combusted. Behind the panel was a tiny, fully furnished 1950s diner. Red booths, neon lights, a jukebox glowing in the corner, even a miniature milkshake counter. Peg strolled inside like this was totally normal. "This," she said, "is where I do my thinking, and where Mel once tried to impress me by flipping a pancake. The pancake survived, the pan did not. The internet lost its mind." The mystery every viewer was waiting for. But Peg wasn't finished. Her tour continued through a glittering hall of mirrors, a secret garden under a glass dome, and a relaxation wing filled with cloud-like couches. Yet she kept teasing one final room. "You'll never guess what I keep inside," she whispered each time she passed a certain locked door. Speculation skyrocketed. A diamond collection? A secret pet tiger? A room full of roses from Mel? Her skincare routine, please, Peg, we need it. Finally, at the grand finale of the video, Peg paused at the door. "All right," she said, "you've waited long enough." The lock clicked. The door creaked open. Inside was A room filled with hundreds of handwritten letters from fans all over the world. Every wall was covered in framed notes, every shelf stacked with envelopes tied in ribbons. The room glowed with warm light, soft and golden, like it was holding the world's collective affection. Peg stepped inside, turning to the camera with teary eyes shining. "This," she whispered, "is what I treasure most. I don't keep diamonds, I keep you." The internet didn't break, it detonated. Millions shared the clip, fans cried, celebrities reposted it, news outlets called it the most unexpectedly wholesome reveal of the year. Peg Munson, once again, had proven she wasn't just a star, she was a phenomenon. And somewhere watching from home, Mel Owens only had one thought. That's my girl.
The world was still reeling from Peg's emotional reveal. Reaction videos poured in. Memes flooded timelines. One fan wrote, "Peg Munson is the only person who could hide a Hallmark movie inside her house." But Peg wasn't done. While the internet was gasping, crying, laughing, and replaying the tour for the 17th time, Peg was sitting in her rose-covered sunroom sipping a lavender tea, her phone buzzing every few seconds. Mel Owens called. Peg answered with her famous half-smile. "Well, hello, handsome." "Peg," Mel said, sounding somewhere between shocked and amused, "did you really hide a 1950s diner in your kitchen?" She twirled a curl of hair. A lady must keep some surprises. Mel sighed dramatically. "Peg, you've broken the internet." She grinned. Good. It needed a little excitement. The truth behind the viral chaos. Reporters gathered outside her home. Helicopters hovered. Influencers camped on the sidewalk doing dramatic reenactments of the secret room reveal. Meanwhile, inside her palace of surprises, Peg prepared for her follow-up live stream, the one she hadn't told anyone about. Knowing Peg, this meant one thing: more chaos incoming. When she went live, the viewer count skyrocketed past the population of small countries. "Hello again, darlings," Peg said, standing in front of that same sunflower yellow door. "I see you enjoyed my little home tour." A wave of comments flooded in. "Peg, we need more. Show us the rest of the house. Is there a secret tunnel? Mel says he wants a diner date with you." Peg laughed, that classy, sparkling laugh that made everyone feel like her best friend. "Well," she said, "since you all behaved today," she winked. Millions screamed. "I suppose I can show you one more room." But this time, Mel arrives. Just as Peg reached for another hidden door panel, the doorbell chimed, a deep, melodic sound that echoed through her marble halls. Peg blinked. "Oh, I wasn't expecting company." The livestream chat went feral. The screen shook a little as Peg walked to the front door. She opened it, and there stood Mel Owens, holding a single golden rose. The internet melted into absolute hysteria. "Mel?" Peg said, surprised but glowing. "What are you doing here?" "I thought," Mel replied, stepping inside, "if you're showing off your secret rooms, I should see them too." The comments flew. "The power couple is back. Cling to him, Peg. I knew he would show up. Married when?" Mel offered his arm, and Peg took it with the grace of a queen who secretly loves being swept off her feet. "All right," she said to her viewers, "you want more? I'll give you more." The Garden of Surprises. Peg led Mel and millions of viewers through a long hallway draped in shimmering curtains. She stopped in front of a glass door covered in vines. "This," she whispered, "is my favorite place." She opened the door. Gasps echoed across the livestream. Inside was a massive indoor garden glowing under sunrise-colored lights, roses climbing glass arches, fountains shaped like hearts, lanterns floating through the air like fireflies. A stone path wound through the flowers toward a small gazebo in the center. Mel froze. "Peg, this is incredible." Peg touched the petals of a white rose. "This is where I come to think, and breathe, and sometimes cry. Don't tell anyone." Mel placed a hand over hers. "Peg, this is beautiful." The chat collectively fainted. But Peg wasn't finished. She guided Mel toward the gazebo. Resting on the table was a small wooden box, carved with roses and swirling gold details. "My biggest secret is inside this box." The chat exploded like fireworks. "Open it! What's in it? Peg, stop leaving us hanging." Peg lifted the lid. Inside were two things: a photo of Peg and Mel from their very first date, smiling like teenagers; a letter addressed to Mel, sealed with a golden heart. He looked at her in shock. "Peg, what is this?" Peg gave her a soft, vulnerable smile, the kind only Mel ever saw. "It's everything I never had the courage to say on camera," she whispered. "If you still want to hear it." Mel picked up the letter slowly, his hands shaking just a bit. The live stream chat went silent. Millions watching, breath held. Peg smiled at the camera. "And that," she said gently, "is all for today, darlings." Then she ended the stream. Internet destroyed. People screamed, cried, fell off couches. Clips went viral instantly. And at Peg's house, in the golden glow of her secret garden, Mel opened the letter, and Peg waited, her heart trembling like the petals around her.